All right, tell me about body packing me at Daytona. You barely knew me.
Well, like, what do you mean? What do you think? I was scared you're gonna run off?
Hey YouTube world, I'm Matt the Camera Guy, and most of you already know I produce the content for Rabbit's Used Cars. And that's what I want to talk about today. Episode 16, the Daytona trip to the Turkey Ride Run in Daytona Beach, Florida. I really don't remember much about the trip down, except that we had a 2 o'clock leave time there at the warehouse. Of course, we're on the road, but I do remember that we found like the best shortcut through Georgia that night. And none of us can remember how we did it, but we were in Florida in no time. But the next morning, we got up and I was packing my camera bag. I was getting ready and Rob comes over and he has this rolled up manila envelope that he puts in my camera bag. I really don't think anything about it. And so we take off to the show.
Well, like, what do you mean? What do you think? I was scared you're gonna run off?
I don't know. We hadn't known each other very long, and we had done a lot of stuff that people that know each other never do.
Well, that's working with me though. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you gotta expect the unexpected, you know? Yeah, might be a bag of dope, might be a bag of money, whatever. No, we don't play with dope here. No, I mean that's the thing though. If I trust you, and I'm a big believer in the first 10 minutes with somebody, I could pretty much tell you if me and you are going jihad or not. And I knew when I very first met you and a drone skimmed past my face and you didn't cut the top of my head off, you were probably okay. And I don't know, I just trust you. You know, you could have ran with the money. I could have had you killed. You know what I'm saying? But it worked out good. You're still here.
I'm fat and I couldn't have run.
Exactly.
Back home.
Exactly, yeah. We'd find you can run, but you can't hide. Well, I don't know, with that knee, you ain't gonna run much. With that bum knee.
And I bet we weren't at that show probably 30 minutes before Rob found this black Corvair. And it had a for sale sign on it, and it had his phone number. Well, of course, Rob makes a phone call. The guy says he'll meet us there around 12 o'clock. And he does, and when he gets there, I mean, this guy is really the truth to the way Rob describes this guy. He nailed it. I mean, this guy is...
I guess the best way to describe him, he was like the ladies' man of the retirement home. He lives in a retirement community called the Villages down in Florida. It's a 20 mile by 20 mile retirement 55 up community. And I mean, they have movie theaters and grocery stores and everything right there on site. It's like its own little town of old people. This guy has been rocking this Corvair in that retirement community for years. And the only reason he was selling it is they've changed all the rules and turned it into a golf cart only community. So basically he wanted a new golf cart because he can't drive his Corvair around picking up old chicks at the retirement home.
I mean, in a Puma jumpsuit, t-shirt, gold chain, and a hat that says Corvairs of America. I mean... But one of the things I do remember after meeting the guy, we're sitting all three talking to him, and Kobe asked the guy, he said, "How fast will this car go?" And that guy stopped what he was doing and turned and looked at Kobe and goes, "With you fat it'll run about 70 miles an hour." I'm serious, that really happened. And Rob gave me the old nod, and so me and this guy and Rob walked to the side where nobody else was. And Rob asked me for my camera bag. Well, Rob pulls out that envelope, and I'm talking about he brings out a fat stack.
And, you know, I got to talk to this guy, and just some of the things he said, which I cannot repeat for YouTube. This guy was like literally the Corvair Casanova. We got to talking about it. Even after buying the car, me and the camera guy, my buddy Kobe was there with us. We got to talking about this guy, just some of the scenarios. I mean, this dude's probably had his hands on more fake hips than any two orthopedic surgeons you could put together. You know, you ever wonder why your grandma forgot to call you on your birthday? He's probably the reason why. This guy's, he was something else. Like, I mean, it was kind of funny because he's like 70, maybe a little older, had a flat bill hat on, 3 or 4 gold chains, and of course a medical alert bracelet. This guy was, he was like Mr. Cool, reeked of Aqua Velva. Even the car still smells like Aqua Velva, which is nuts. We've had this thing with the top down for a month. The whole damn warehouse smells like Aqua Velva now.
At this point, I realize that I'm Rob Pitts' car selling mule. But anyway, we got the deal done. We got the car. And I'm telling y'all, in my experience in racing, I mean, it was all business. I've been to Daytona Beach a few times racing. And, I mean, it's like I said, it's all business. We're there. Checker flag hits, we pack up, and we're on to the next place to race again that week. But it was really fun to finally be able to enjoy Daytona Beach and see what all it has to offer. And the next day, we got out in that Corvair, and we were shooting all kinds of scenes. We really didn't know the direction that we wanted to go with that video. So we got to talking about it, and we're out driving around, and the cameras are still rolling. And Rob and Kobe are trying to figure out how to end the show that night.
Well, I was thinking, if we did find a girl to do that, just got the car sitting there sideways.
Boom it.
And you could just boom, she's like, nice car. And
Yep.
be like, Kobe, you got your Uber app? What, man?
The funny thing was that night, we asked about 5 girls to do that end scene, and we just couldn't get anybody to do it. And finally, we found one, and she did great.
Ready?
Hey,
Action.
nice car.
Hey, Kobe, you got your Uber app?
Oh man, not again.
Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit Shoes Cars.
So it's like it's been the family, so it's
But the coolest thing to me was finally getting to enjoy Daytona Beach and driving a black Corvair convertible with Rob Pitts. That was really special, and I'll cherish that. Guys, I hope you know how much I appreciate y'all watching the channel. I want to thank the SRI folks, SRIperformance.com. Check them out for all your motorsports needs. They help me out tremendously with this channel and my other channel, Addicts TV. If you hadn't checked that out, check it out. Make sure you look at Rob Pitts, Rabbit Shoes Cars. Don't miss an episode there. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm Matt the Camera Guy, and we'll see you next week. The funny thing is,
Pull off.
Yeah, we can go pull up.
Just like that.
Chopper.
Look, at the biggins.
Oh yeah,
What's the odds?
that's funny.
I mean, this guy was styling and profiling, if you know what I mean.